Hi guys and welcome to my channel. My name is Beth and I am the Bookworm Trait. And welcome to day 2 of my daily vlogs for the reading rush. So I had a really good start yesterday. I ended the day on 209 pages. I read everything that I intended to read and still had enough time to edit yesterday's vlog and watch a bit of telly when I went to bed. So it was great. I ended the vlog when I had around 2 pages left of Tangleweed and Brine, the 2 short stories that I was reading yesterday. And the last thing I said was that I really wasn't enjoying them. I finished the second story, the Red Riding Hood retelling, and honestly it's one of the worst things that I've ever read. It was so bad. It was so abstract to the point that all meaning was completely lost. And this is coming from someone who is just off the back of reading Bunny, which is one of the weirdest, most abstract, and I'm gonna say pretentious books that I've ever read, but it was good. This is all of that without being good. So yeah, not enjoying it. The 2 short stories I have today are Come Live Here and Be Loved, which is a Rapunzel retelling, and Meet the Nameless Thing and Call It Friend, which is a Rumpelstiltskin retelling. I actually really love the fairy tale of Rumpelstiltskin, and I feel like as far as fairy tales go, it's actually quite feminist already. So let's see how Deirdre Sullivan can murder that. I'm just about to take my break, so I'm going to try and read these 2 stories over my lunch and just get them out the way. I also want to start reading my 2 longest books today as well. So that is Conversations with Friends and My Best Friend's Exorcism. I'm listening to the audiobook of Conversations with Friends because it is available on Scribd, and it just makes readathons a bit easier if you have an audiobook. I do want to be careful not to just like binge all my easy mediums in the first few days and then just leave myself with a lot of reading to do. So I just did 104 pages of this today, which took me to chapter 13. I will just quickly talk about what this is about because I didn't quite understand, and I think I said it was about a polyamorous relationship, which it is not. So it's about 2 best friends, Frances and Bobby. Frances is bisexual and Bobby is a lesbian, and whilst they were at school they were in a relationship, but they're not in a relationship anymore, they're just best friends. And they meet a woman called Melissa, who is a well-respected journalist, and her husband Nick, who is an actor. They are very wealthy, very well-respected, very educated, and they both take a liking to the girls. Bobby is very enamoured with Melissa and admits to having a crush on her, whilst Frances is intrigued by Nick and finds him very attractive and very interesting. So the book is about how the 2 girls navigate their own relationship and their relationships with Melissa and Nick. It is definitely going to be a 5-star, and it's definitely going to be a top read of the year. I loved Normal People and I am loving this too. I just think Sally Rooney writes characters so well. Her characters are so real and so vulnerable, and I think the way that she makes her characters communicate with each other is just amazing. She writes these very flawed and morally grey people who are just like real people. You know, none of us are perfect. We make mistakes. We keep secrets. We're not entirely honest with everyone, and I just think she does that so well, and I'm absolutely loving this. It was definitely hard to turn the audiobook off. I love the narrator. I think it's the same narrator for Normal People as it is for Conversations with Friends, and it is an Irish narrator, and I just think it really brings the book to life. This is going good for me. I also want to make a start on My Best Friend's Exorcism today, and I'm aiming to make it to page 67 in this one today. So if I get all of my reading done, that will take me to just over 190 pages. So we will still be within our goal for the reading rush. We'll be on track to finish everything. So I am going to take my lunch now, read Tangleweed and Brine, and then potentially check in with you guys afterwards. So you may have guessed from the fact that I'm in my dressing gown and it's light outside that I am filming my update on Wednesday. So I did film an update last night, but when I came to edit it, the sound is really janky. Like, I don't know what's going on. It's like cutting in and out and it's just pretty unsalvageable, to be honest. So hopefully my cooking montage is interesting enough. I'm really disappointed because it was quite fun. I did some BuzzFeed quizzes. I did a quiz to see what book genre matched my personality and what my favourite genre was, and it was just like, it was a fun time, but it feels weird to do that quiz again, not like knowing what the answers are. It just feels a bit odd. I might try and find some different quizzes and do them in a video later this week because it was fun. I'm really sad that the footage didn't come out. So just to wrap up then, I read my 105 pages of Conversation with Friends, loving it so far. I read my 2 stories from Tangleweed and Brine. I was quite surprised with this because Come Live Here and Be Loved, which was the Rapunzel retelling, was really good. I got what she was trying to do. At first it was a bit weird, but once I realised where she was going with the story, it was actually quite good. So the Rapunzel retelling is based on the beginning of the Rapunzel story. So how Rapunzel comes into the witch's possession, which is because of cravings that her mother is having during pregnancy, and I think her father steals some food from a witch and some like vegetables from a witch's garden, and as payment he has to give Rapunzel to the witch. So that's what this was about, and it was a commentary on infertility and adoption. It's how I read it anyway, and it was interesting. Like, it felt a lot less pretentious than the other stories. The next one I said was a Rumpelstiltskin retelling. I got that wrong. It's actually a Hansel and Gretel retelling, and that was terrible. I think that one was supposed to be a commentary on women's bodies and like all bodies being beautiful, but it was just, again, it was too abstract, and so any meaning that might have been in the story was completely lost. I honestly couldn't actually tell you what the meaning behind the first 2 stories were because I didn't get them at all. One good one, one bad one. So I am going to read 2 more of these and see how I get on with them, because I actually did quite enjoy the Rapunzel one. So if I enjoy one of the ones tomorrow, I might continue. If I hate both of them, I am going to stop them, because I would be nearly halfway through the book at that point, and I think if after reading almost half of the stories I only like one of them, I don't feel the need to keep going. Sadly, I did not manage to make it all the way through my best friend's exorcism, but all the way through my pages. I'm about 20 off. I just got too tired in the end to finish this. Exhaustion really hit me yesterday, and I did start experiencing a little bit of burnout, and I just couldn't muster the energy. I just couldn't find it within myself to make it through those last 20 pages. I was a little bit ahead yesterday, so I'm not concerned. Hopefully I will be able to make these 20 pages up tomorrow though. Not much to say on this one at the minute because not a lot has happened. Obviously I'm only 40 odd pages in, and we're only just getting to know the 2 girls and like the backstory of their friendship. So far I am really enjoying it though, and it is a really nice, simple read, which after like the physical effort of trying to read Tangleweed and Brine, it's so nice to read something that just is what it says it is. And I'm loving the friendship between the 2 girls. So I think this is going to be like a really good read for a readathon, surprisingly, which I didn't think it would be, because it is quite fast paced and, yeah, as I said, really simple and enjoyable to read. So I was aiming for 194 pages today and I managed 169, which means with the extra reading that I did on Monday, I am only 2 pages behind where I need to be, so all is not lost. So anyway, I'm going to wrap it up here. Thank you for watching. I'm so sorry that we lost most of the footage for today's daily vlog. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment and subscribe, and hopefully you'll come back and see me again tomorrow. Bye!